I was probably in about sixth grade in middle school when I started listening to like actual music. I remember I was like, this is gonna be a deep cut for a bunch of losers. I was listening to this band called Ninja Sex Party in like fifth grade and below. I was big fans of Game Grumps at the time. A lot of like Game Grumps Bunny Plays, Super Mega, and one of them had a band, and I liked some of their music. I was listening to that kind of stuff along with like video game soundtracks. I was a fucking loser growing up, and it took me until sixth grade to like actually start listening to real humans, like actual music, and not just bullshit. You know, I remember I was introduced to Tyler the Creator. I was introduced to Claro, which is who I'm going to focus on for a second. I was listening to like actual humans, not just like meme bullshit, video game bullshit. So I like since like age 11 or 12, I had been listening to Claro, you know, more more like feminine kind of music as well. I think the first album of Tyler's I listened to was Flower Boy, which is when he began to become a little bit more experimental in the sense of like outside of the genre he was sticking in of just like rapping. There was of course some rap songs on that album, but there was more melodic stuff. Of course there was melodic stuff on Wolf, but you get my point. It was more in that kind of zone. I got a TikTok the other day of a girl asking, "Guys, why do you listen to artists like Biba Doobie, Leve, Claro, Lana Del Rey kind of stuff?" And a lot of the comments were just dudes being like, uh, because they make good music. What the fuck are you asking, you dumbass? And I commented, I was like, well, I listened to Leve's earlier work and I just cry to it. I find her even some of her recent songs. I haven't listened to a lot of her last two albums, but her first album, I and her first EP, I was very like into when they came out. I was very in tune with them. I like them a lot. They're very soothing tracks. And I've had an affinity for more like female artists that I listen to. Of course, as of now, I listen to like just mainly Don Toliver. I love Don Toliver type shit. But I still like today. I'm just bringing up today. I was listening to a lot of Leve's like songs, and I mean I know the words to a good amount of them. So I'm just singing. I'm singing to myself in my car. I'm damn near letting a tear fall out my eye. And I was thinking to myself like, this is like who could ever have an issue with the music that I listen to? What about the fact that I have a dick and balls? What about the fact I have a penis and a set of testicles makes me somewhat like makes it weird for me to want to listen to a female artist. I never really understood that. I know, yeah, at least in the rap genre, there's a lot of like misogyny in the terms of like dudes won't really listen to female artists. Meanwhile, like the only female artists, like their fan base is like primarily women. Meanwhile, male artists, it's yeah, it's like majority male, but it could be like a 50-50 split in that sense. And I'm not gonna say I listen to female artists who rap. I mean, fuck, I'm not listening to no Cardi B type. No, no, no. I will not do that. But I mean, I still listen to female artists. And I never really I never really understood why people would find that so weird. You know, it became a trend recently. I want to say within the last year to be that performative male. I've talked about being performative before, but I'm just going to touch on the fact that a big portion of the meme was the dude would listen to Claro songs or like Biba Doobie songs. And because of that trend, I felt the need to like distance myself from those artists for a moment because I didn't want to be seen as performative. I didn't want to be seen as the kind of guy who just listened to those songs for the sake of being seen listening to those songs. I just like the songs. I'm about to take a shower after this. I'm gonna put some leve on. I'm gonna sing like "Beautiful Stranger" to myself because that's a good fucking song. I was like, it's like they're nice songs that I enjoy, and I have a deep emotional connection to them based on my experience finding the songs the moment I found those songs in her track. Let You Break My Heart Again, that was the first track I had ever listened to of hers. And I remember I was driving to work when I heard it, and I just started fucking crying. I just started crying in my car. I had to recollect myself before I walked into my job, because I was like, holy shit, this song speaks to me. And it wasn't, oh, I'm enjoying this song because it's a female artist singing it, or I'm enjoying this song because of the like attention it could bring me for liking the song. I liked the song because it spoke to me on a level that I hadn't really been spoken to by any other song before that. If you haven't heard that, please, Let You Break My Heart Again by Leve and the some orchestra. I want to say the Philharmonic Orchestra, I think, off the top of my head. It's a beautiful track, beautiful song. I'm gonna start crying if I think about it. It's that sad. But my point is, just being a dude and listening and engaging in feminine stuff, I don't understand why it's so confusing for people. I talked about that the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday's video or a day before that. It was probably a day before that. Yeah, yesterday I'm looking at my computer. It was the day before that. I don't understand why it's such a weird thing for people to grasp. I remember like the girl I commented on that post, she just liked the comment and was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, it's not that like not that hard of a concept to grasp. Just because I have more testosterone in my body doesn't mean I don't get sad and want to listen to some sad jazzy song sometimes. Like, girl, come on, lock in, babe. Shit." What I'm trying to say is to just listen to the music that speaks to you. Listen to the music that you enjoy because it brings certain emotions out of you. You know, there's no cameras, there's no audience. Just listen to what you want to listen to. And if people are going to judge you and people are going to stigmatize what you're listening to and how you're acting and whatever, they can go fuck themselves. Thank you.